So I always get a lot of questions about polishing bolts, so I'm going to take you guys through that process today. The 5 bolts we have here go to the rear wheel of a Harley. Give you a close-up of the condition that they're in. They have no shine to them whatsoever, and the washers look terrible. So the first step you want to do is you want to clean them. So get some degreaser, get a rag, and just clean them as best you can. And then once you're done that, I'll show you the next step. Okay, here's some basic things you're going to need to start polishing your bolts. You're going to need a Scotch-Brite pad, specifically a red pad, a maroon pad, a terry rag, and a microfiber. You also are going to need a wire brush for certain bolts and some paper towels. And this is the polish I use. I got this at AutoZone. It's called Blue Magic Metal Polish. It's only like $5. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, the first step of polishing the bolts is you need to refinish the bolts. So you can't just start polishing over this. One second. There we go. You can't just start polishing over this. You can, but it's not going to have a mirror finish. It'll be like a little bit more shiny. But you see all that? You have to get rid of that. So the first thing you're going to do, first thing I do, is I flip the head of the bolt down like this, and I just start going crazy and rubbing the head of the bolt on the red Scotch-Brite. And then you can flip it on its side and do each side like this until the whole thing is just one uniform matte finish. So we'll do that now. Okay. Once the surface of your bolt is nice and uniform and you scraped all that bullshit off, then you can start cleaning it. Now the reason we do this is, well, for one, the finish is only going to be as good as the surface. So that's why you Scotch-Brite the surface. It scrapes off all the dirt, grime, and it actually takes a layer of the metal off, any oxidation. And then the next step after your Scotch-Brite is you're going to clean it, because if you were to just jump right into polishing, all the dirt and grease that might be on the surface that you can't see will just embed itself into the finish. So you just do it as a precaution to make sure you get the best finish. So after Scotch-Briting, you get some degreaser. A paper towel will be best because you don't want to use a dirty rag and put dirt back into the bolt. So I like to use paper towels. So you're just going to spray the bolt, wipe it down, and we'll show you the next step. Okay, so I got my bolt all wiped down, and now the next step is to polish. So what I do is I just dip the head of the bolt into some polish, like that, put it right on the rag, and I start rubbing the bolt into the rag. Now, this is the hard way to do it if you're doing just 1 or 2 bolts, but I do fucking hundreds of bolts, so it's actually faster for me to do it this way instead of putting each bolt into a vise, getting the polishing bit out, polishing each side, take the bolt out, put the next bolt in. For me, it becomes a pain in the ass. This is a lot quicker for me because I can just put a bolt down, rub each side, and then be done with it. But this is the next step. It's just like you do with the Scotch-Brite. Just rub the head of the bolt, rub each side, and just keep going until it turns black. And then I'll show you what's next. Okay, at this point, your bolt should start to shine. It might have a black haze to it, but that's what this step's for. So you're going to get yourself your microfiber rag, and you're just going to start rubbing the head of the bolt into the microfiber rag, and what this is going to do is give it a fine polish. After this step, you should have a mirror finish on that bowl. So keep going, and we'll show you what the result is. Okay, here's our final result. On the left is what we started with.